Hi, Simon Young from Duncan Fitness Centre, and I'm going to run you through lean eating for women, phase 2, workout number 1, using body weight and bands. Our first movement is going to be a half kneeling chop. A couple of things about the half kneeling chop. We want to make sure we've got good alignment, so our ankle and knee want to align. Our knee, hip, shoulder and ear. Get the hips and the shoulders nice and square. Then the final thing that most people forget is that pelvic tilt. We want to tuck at the base of our pelvis. We're going to feel our bum engages and a slight stretch in the front part of that hip flexor. This also then creates the space for when we do the chop. On the chopping motion, we want to make sure that we're not twisting in the middle. We're just moving at those shoulders. It's an anti-rotation exercise. So I've got my band mounted high up. I'm going to get into my half kneeling position. This way round, I'm going to hit that leg. So instantly you know you've got to be the other way. Hips are square, shoulders down, everything's nice and tight, hands out in front, so I've got a light tension. From this position, I'm going to do my chop and control, chop and control. To make this more challenging, we move further away from the point where the band is fastened. Then we're going to go to a plank with a little bit of instability. On the plank, we want to keep that nice pelvic tuck as we had when we were in the half kneeling. So I'm going to show you an unstable plank without a stability ball. So, first thing I want to do on that plank is get the feet together, push the heels towards the back wall, engage the hamstrings, that pelvic tilt, that pelvic tuck, like we're trying to stop mid-P. Gripping the floor with our elbows, staring at our thumbs. See how much higher my back is compared to most people's plank, which is collapsed. We want to get in this nice high plank position, everything's tight, stare at those thumbs, keeping those abdominals tight. We just rock on our toes. So that's our first exercise pairing. Next, we've got a goblet squat to a box with a pulse, a 3-point row, and a single leg deadlift. For the goblet squat, take a lighter band and tie a knot in the band to shorten it so you have a bit of tension to work with. Take that band and you're going to pass it around your upper back. Put it over your thumbs or over your palms, under your arms. So it's going to sit with a knot at the back, shoulders down and back. So you're going to goblet squat to the box. As with all the squats, imagine you're tearing 2 pieces of paper towel apart. That external grip will find the outer part of the thigh like you're tearing that perforation. Keep the chest nice and round, pull the shoulder blades together. Sit down and back to your box. Bottom position, push the band away, but keep the weight in your heels and bum. Pull the band in, stand up. Sit down and back to the box, load on in, pull it in, stand up. The 3-point row. Take a sturdier band, put it over a wrist and over a wrist like a huge bracelet, and then grab it and grab it. We're going to slide this band under our instep, then get our hips and shoulders nice and square, back leg extended, and we're going to squeeze our bum on that back leg. I turn my foot out flat, that helps me square up my hips. Tuck the chin slightly. I'm going to row my wrist to my hip, pulling my shoulder blade towards my back pocket or towards my spine. So I'm trying to pull that shoulder blade down and back with a strong row, control it down and back, control it down. It's not how high my elbow goes, it's how much I can move that shoulder blade down and back and squeeze the mid-back. To make this a little more difficult, I can shorten the band. To make it easier, I can lengthen the band. To make it even more difficult, I can take both lengths of bands, put it over one wrist, put my hand on top of my thigh, or put my forearm on top of my thigh, and do my rows there. Finally, the single leg Romanian deadlift. With a single leg Romanian deadlift, you want to keep the natural arc in your lumbar spine. So go unbanded to begin with, and even assisted where you're reaching for the wall so you get this movement down. The hips and shoulders are square. There's a slight bend in the working leg. Imagine a piece of string from your heel to your bum on the working leg. You then push your hips back as far as you can, straightening out that back leg, leading with the heel. Keep the natural arc in your lower back, pull the string tight, stand up. Slight bend in the knee. Push the hip back, keep that natural arc, don't let it collapse. And stand all the way up. To progress that further, take a band, probably your lighter band to begin with, and unknot it. Put it over your wrist, that big wristband style. Grip the band goes under the instep. Now, first thing that's going to happen is you're going to round your shoulders, so we don't want to do that. Pull the shoulders down and back. So we've got good posture to begin with. Slight bend in our knee, hips are square. So in this top position, we're having to use our bum and shoulder blades to stay upright. We're then going to push the hips back, finding our hamstring. There'll be no tension or very little tension in the band in the bottom position. But then as we stand up, the band gives us instant feedback that we've got to squeeze our bum to stabilise. Unsqueeze slightly, soft knee, pushing the hips back, keep the natural arc, standing all the way back, tucking the chin very slightly, pulling the shoulder blades back. Final exercise pairing is, for us, a hip raise and a one-arm press. The one-arm press we're going to do with a band, and what we're going to do is we're going to step on the band, and we're going to step our other leg straight through. So the band is to the outside of our body. We're then going to take that band, feed it over our palm, bring it up and over our shoulder. As with all things, those hips and shoulders are square, and squeeze in that glute. I'm going to push my band diagonally to the corner of the room. I'm going to control it down, push diagonally to the corner of the room and control it down. I can also do the same movement with a band that's fixed. I bring my band to about chest height, put it on my palm, step in, stagger my stance, hips are nice and square. This band is going to go out horizontally. I'm going to press it straight out, tucking the elbow, pulling the shoulder blade, keep the wrist nice and straight, and press it away. Finally, our hip hinge. If you've got a sturdy step, box, or ottoman available, this is all the better. We want to get the feet flat on the floor. Start with the feet hip width apart. Upper back is on the box. We want a straight line from the crown of our head to our tailbone. Take your hands and put them into your natural arc of your lower back, the one you found with the deadlift. Tilt your pelvis towards the ceiling slightly. Find that natural arc. Keeping that arc, squeeze your bum, raise your hips. Control it down. Gently brush the floor. Keep that arc. Lift that up. Control it down. In the top position, don't overarch the lower back. So a lot of the time people fight for height and really overarch this lower back. We don't want that to happen. Keep that natural curve in your spine. To make this more challenging, you can put the feet together. That will engage your pelvic floor more. Even more challenging, you can go with a single leg version. Produce all the reps on one side, then do all the reps on the other. And watch for your knee collapsing in or out. So that's workout number 1 on phase 2 of lean eating for women.